Right, we'll go to our main story for this afternoon on gas, and individuals and businesses are to brace themselves for more power outages in the coming days. This follows the decision of the Nigerian authorities to stop gas supply to Ghana. The decision, which took effect from Tuesday, we understand is as a result of the labor unrest in Nigeria. The Nigerian authorities communicated this bad news to Ghana Tuesday. Sources at the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum say they are working out emergency measures to forestall adverse effects on individuals and industry. The stoppage of gas flow to Ghana would mean that the Asogli power plant will shut down because it runs only on gas. The Asogli power plant was augmenting Ghana's energy needs with an average of 180 megawatts, and Ghanaian local and foreign business have already been grappling with the doomso. The water level in the Akosombo Dam keeps dropping, while power plants in the country continuously operate below capacity. Now, therefore, the suspension of gas supply from West Africa will aggravate an already precarious power situation. We've been joined by the PR for the West Africa Gas Company, Harriet Brobe. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Good afternoon, ma'am. First of all, have you been notified of the unrest in Nigeria? And if it's
yes, we've been notified.
Okay. What does this mean for?
Yesterday.
Okay. What does this mean for Ghana? How are we going to? Do we have any emergency measures, or the doomsday will intensify?
Well, we cannot tell you anything about that. What we know is that we deliver gas to BRE on behalf of our shippers, and we have had to shut down because of the disturbances in Nigeria.
Okay. And do you from the notification you had from Nigeria, with the notification you had from Nigeria, do you know how long it's going to be?
No, we don't know yet. But what we are hoping is that it will be resolved very soon. We don't know yet. We don't have any official information on that.
Okay. Can you just repeat the volumes we are receiving from Nigeria?
I can't tell now, but I think BRE will be able to have it. It varies. But the point is that even when we got the notification that there was an unrest, we continued to flow because we had some gas in the pipeline. But then, since then, today we have had to shut off. All right.
Thank you very much. Harriet Brobe is the PR for the West Africa Gas Company. She simply said that they won't work because, there's no gas. Nigeria, because of the labor unrest, they will no longer be supplying us with gas. And already we are experiencing the infamous doomso. The head of communications at the VRA joins us, Samuel Fletcher. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Right. First of all, how much of an impact, will this add on to the current doomso we're experiencing?
I didn't hear your introduction. What are you talking about?
We understand that Nigeria, due to labor unrest, they are unable to supply us gas. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
What normally happens is that even when gas supply is cut from the source in Nigeria, a place called Itoki, normally because it's a 400-mile line, it would have been packed with gas already. You still have some 2 days grace to use what is in the pipeline. I think at this point it is our hope and prayer that this labor unrest will not continue beyond a certain point.
All right. But Samuel, even before you continue, we already spoke to the PR of the West Africa Gas Pipeline, and she indicated that we've exhausted what is in the pipeline, like you're saying, the 400 miles gas.
Yes, what I'm saying is that when it happens, you have some 2 days grace. Obviously, this thing started yesterday, so most likely we are going beyond that 2 days grace. So it is true, it will be true that you are running out of gas in the system. What it means is that in the absence of gas, some machines that are configured to be able to run on alternate fuel like light crude oil can continue running on light crude oil, although more expensive than gas. They have the ability to run on light crude oil.
Okay.
Now, those that are configured only to run on gas simply cannot work, and that will mean additional deficit in the system.
Okay, so what if the labor unrest continues? What are the measures in place to, I mean, if it's load shedding, what's the plan?
I think for me, what matters most is that, look, we can't go to Nigeria to help them solve their internal problems.
Absolutely.
We can't do that. What we have to do is, I think, make sure that there's a load shedding, because load shedding is happening anyway. So there's a load shedding program out for people to be able to plan their day-to-day activities with. That is very, very important. Okay. And again, we should also, either by word of mouth or by our own media education, try and let people know that, yes, we don't have enough of the commodity, but the little we have, we should also use it properly, because if we don't, we worsen the situation. So I think for my end, these are the two major things that we can do. And obviously talk to our Nigerian counterparts and impress it upon them to, as it were, try and solve that problem as soon as they can.
So who should talk to the Nigerian government?
What are you saying?
You were saying, I mean, you just made a statement that we should talk to the Nigerian. I'm asking who?
I'm saying that we should try and talk to our Nigerian. Obviously, we have a ministry that is in charge of energy here, and that ministry has a counterpart in Nigeria. And if you heard my colleague Edward Bauer this morning on radio, that's one of the measures that he feels you can only try and impress upon them. You can't really enter into their internal affairs. You can only try and impress it upon them.
All right. Samuel, thank you very much for joining us. I'm sure people will be happy to know that they will go by the current load shedding. It wouldn't intensify. If you're experiencing it 24 hours, you still have 24 hours. It won't be 36 hours because we do not have gas.